Let's continue playing Motorsport Manager. It was a reasonable race, actually, for the last one for Dragon Race Team China. We finished in where I reckon we are on balance. I know it says 8th car, best car, but if we add the chassis calculations into that, I think we are actually 5th. And currently our position in the championship is suggesting 4th. Obviously, that's slightly inflated because we picked up a couple of high point-scoring positions. I think Windsor could definitely overhaul us by the end. It's just about a case of whether we can keep them behind or not. We should outpace Kiriso for the rest of the season. But anyway, wet race coming up, and that is music to my ears because it means we got a good chance at stuff. Also, another low tyre wear circuit, so we won't be trying a one-stop there. Let's instead go and deal with some of these. Let's have an interview. Yeah, okay, more investment in headquarters. He's going to be fine because we still have the Asia Pacific champion. And we have built a new gearbox. That means I think we're going to try and build another one. So, looking at things here, we could go and build another legendary engine, but I think we want to concentrate and build a new legendary gearbox as well. So we'll probably try and build a... Maybe we give up a little bit here. How many races have we got left in the season? We've got 129 days total. But all of the remaining parts we want to upgrade are actually the quickest, with the only exception possibly being the suspension here. So maybe we... See, none of these give us anything, do they? Well, maybe we just build a couple of these and just see where we can go. Maybe get a legendary 4th level 1 later, but that'll be our last pick. So if we concentrate on gearbox and then start working on brakes rear wing, possibly even just doing quick initial builds just to get us that far. But for now, gearbox is the plan. So we want one we can use in the race, which unfortunately means we have to take this. It's the only combination that works. And the next one we'll build our next season part. So that's another 1.4 going down the drain there. And we will continue. So car repair is now complete. We have sponsor picks as well, but more importantly than that, we have part improvements now. So engine acceleration, which we definitely can do, and the front wings. So let's actually work on a few components here. Can we actually improve our engines any further? No, engines are as improved as they're going to get. In fact, we have 100% on the Epic engine reliability, which is quite nice. Front wings and gearboxes. So I guess we go for a universal part spread here. Obviously reliability on the front wings probably is not going to be all that relevant as it turns out, but since it's going to be complete before the race, we can actually go and get some people working on actually improving these things. We will be ordering a new gearbox, but it won't be done in time, at least not in time to be useful. So we'll just wait. Okay, so our sponsor picks are now in. So, over to this. Unfortunately, we've not got a 4-star offer this time. We do have a 3-star. We are still thankfully in the marketability window for that. So an upfront payment of 1.2 million, second or above, though, is what happens there. Because we're not going to get second and above, I'm going to go for Solana, just because the bigger upfront payment and the fact that we're not going to... Oh, actually, cancel... It's 6 races either way. That's what I wanted to check. Because if it was going to be for a longish time, then, you know, maybe it would be worth not holding off a little. So the next upgrades will be these two, which means we can finally get rid of our 125,000 bonus increases. But yeah, we need some lower order ones, really. Okay. So what could we add that would be helpful? So... slower pit stops. We know that we're going to take back refueling, so... Virtual safety car only, real safety car driver aids. I don't think we want any spec parts here, but that would have been nice. So that would have been nice. You know, I could have taken 10 million. Didn't really want to do that, but still. I'm not sure there's anything we really urgently need here. So we have the longest qualifying sessions. We have... The long qualifying sessions actually kind of help us, I think. Standard merit payments, very high merit payments. Equal money might actually be an okay one to take, but... There's no rules I really urgently care either way about. There's some I might not want to come into effect, but there's none I want to force in. So I'm going to reject the offer to pay 1 million to do nothing. I mean, the fuel thing is quite an interesting one. Oh, god darn it, what's happened now? That is the awesome engine of awesome. And that cost us 500,000. Darn. Couldn't have been a good one. Okay, we're still getting some low quality drivers here, unfortunately, but what can we do? We only have a level 1 scouting facility. If we upgraded that, we might be able to find some better stuff. But again, while I have the money to do that, that money's got to last. And I would prefer to spend it on things like these gearboxes. So, yeah, we're still 4th. Just... So, GB2 is in Dubai. It's a good hunting ground for us at one stage. And we move on. Okay, so scout report is completed. Weak driver, gearbox is done. So now we're going to design our ultimate gearbox of next season awesomeness. So random legendary. We'll take the static acceleration plus 60. I know technically we can make a better one with that, but then I have to actually upgrade it. Build it 3 days sooner for no cost. Definitely seems like a plus. And a plus 25 to the acceleration means 1203, which is certainly not bad at all. Okay. So, oh, that's nice. So we've improved the car there at least. However, we now need absolutely 100% to get this gearbox through through that. I don't think it's going to get good enough to be used though. Okay, we won't bother with those either. It's only incidental upgrades in any case at this stage. Let's just see whether or not this will work. Yeah, 2 days is not going to be enough. I mean, it's gone up 10%. I imagine it's now got a stat of 45, 49. Yeah, so we can't use that gearbox. Not really. We can use the other gearbox though, so that's at least an improvement for somebody. 2.5 million there. Tyre selection here. So tyre wear is quite low here, so again, I think we'll do what we did last time and focus on the super softs. But I don't imagine we're going to be going for the mad super soft strategy here. I don't know why we got one extra one for dealer Sev actually, so no, 1010's fine. Right. Fit the parts then. So, the only part that's really significant here is the gearbox, so we'll give Balcazar a new one. Okay, continue, and race. Apparently Belgium's missing the lower left pit of it, have a look at that. Oh well. Also, that's just... Oh, I suppose Balcazar is in the crowd, and she does have a high... Actually, Balcazar's ability is not that high, so I imagine there must be another Spanish driver who's really good out there somewhere. Somebody, effectively, who is Alonso. Alright, so... If we just have a quick check... Have I been here before? Must have been. Okay, that looks right. My handwriting is terrible. I've written in a bit of a scrawl in the margin what racetrack it actually is. Well, we'll try it anyway. We know it's going to be a low downforce circuit. High speed, obviously. Apparently on 94, so this sounds right. 94, 75. I'm sure we've been here before, actually. 20.4 and a minus 3.2, which I'm going to then just kink back 1 for Balcazar because that seems more sensible. And of course, soft tyres all around, I think. So 15.5, 25.5. I know I put 7 on Balcazar's car, but we're going to try it. We're going to do a little bit of switching here, I think. 94 and 75. And that is way up on where it should be. Well, let's go on the soft tyres. Let's just have a look here. So they also do 14 laps. Those will do 10 laps on Dulatev. Take practice. And let's go straight out there if we can. Let's go for... I'd almost, again, prefer to give up the qualifying entirely and just concentrate on a race strat here. But let's see. Alright, I'll split it up for the moment, initially, anyway. So Balcazar and Dulatev, off you go. This is a long lap, obviously, which is the one possible downside of this, but... Let's see, we also know it's going to be a wet race, so I suppose... Actually, that is a point. It's going to be a wet race. Let's bring Balcazar straight in. Okay. Well, that's that little bit established. This is a 99%er. So we will do that. Go to race trim. Off you go. And the only reason we did that, apart from just double checking our setups was okay, was because if we've got very limited time, I prefer to just focus on getting race trim Supersoft 1, especially given how long the laps are likely to be here. But in the meantime, we'll see how Dulatev manages. He's the first one to complete a lap, of course, doing race trim, and that's taken him 4 minutes. 1:36.1. Yeah, this is a long, long lap. And the tyres are degrading at a reasonable rate here, so that's 2 laps done for Dulatev. He's down to 80%. Well, let's just see. So race trim 1 has been gotten. Balcazar goes into 5th. 1.6 off the pace, though we are of course doing race. We don't know what everybody else is doing at this stage, I don't think. But ultimately the plan is just get these bars as maxed out as possible here. I think we're going to struggle to get both to level 3, but if we can do it, it'll be a bonus. So Dulatev down at 8th overall, 2 seconds off the pace. And now Balcazar on his in lap. Sorry, Dulatev on the in lap. So we've got Supersoft 2. We'll have the race to 2 as well. Hopefully get race to 3 here. Mind you, we can only really have one of the benefits, and I think we prefer to have the race over the super soft tyres the way this is likely to go. I think we bring Balcazar in this point as well. You have to go straight back out, really. We're only going to get 2 laps in, and you might be able to squeeze that, depending. But it means I can't take too many risks with this. Do one click. Same tyres. Hope you can do something. Balcazar. Straight out. Race trim and 100%. Okay, go. Instant refuel of 6. Don't know why we can't quite manage that in race conditions, but there. I don't think Balcazar will have a finished lap here, which will be a shame. Dualatev might just get round in time. 20 seconds to complete the lap? Okay, we won't. But that's as good as we could have managed, I feel. Darn it, if he'd gone slightly on, he might have kept that going. Well, level 2s, we've got full excellence setup. And I imagine at the very least nobody else got a good setup out of this either. Now we wait. So qualifying, and this is going to be an urgent one, because we know it's going to be a wet qualifying. We had indications that it would be. So, what's the weather forecast like? It is good for now. Okay. So, super soft, sweet spots. Car setup, we have 100% for you, obviously, so that's fine. Go out on the same tyre. 99 for you is enough that we don't care too much here. Take qualifying. You need a good lap here. 5 seconds is all I'm going to give you as a head start, because unfortunately it will rain at some stage. I think we might actually be fine for this lap, but you know what I'd love to see? I'd love to see the rain appear there, just because it might start screwing some people up, but I don't think it is. No, so that means we're not going to be able to do some cheese. Oh, god darn it. Meanwhile, let's work on my own strats right now and see if we can get these tyres up to temperature. At all. Oh, well, let's see. Thankfully, it looks like we might have an escape, but it also means we're not going to be able to cheese a higher position out of this. So Balcazar, purple in Sector 1. And of course purple in Sector 2. So at least he's still going faster than Dualatev, which we would normally expect. Dualatev then does a 1... Okay, Balcazar 1:32.4. 1.2 seconds off the Becker's pace though, which is closer than we have been, and this is a longish circuit, so I'm going to suggest we're not doing too badly. But we're going to have to push to just stay ahead of the green cars. Now, because they're doing okay. If the rain comes... Okay, we basically got to go instantly. This is your one chance of an improvement, and you're not going to get another. Just will not happen, so this is the only chance we're going to get. And it's whether we can actually get onto the qualifying pace fast enough to make this work. So if the weather goes up too fast, then obviously we lose everything in terms of qualifying pace. And I think that we're not going to get a lap out of this. So the track's getting damp. I imagine we're going to see white sectors here. Green, green. But that is it. Now it's going to hit the point now. And I think that's going to scrub both sets. Yeah, scrub them. Well, there's really no harm in keeping them out, so I'll let them stay out. But I'm going to skip the rest of the session at that point. Yeah, no point in continuing it. We're not going to get another lap in. They might send them out again. You never know. But we finished on target, 9th and 13th thus far. And yeah, those Inter runners did not improve at all. What a shock. So 9th and 13th. And here we are at what is an initially dry track. Forecast is it's going to stay dry. I hate these ones. I do hate these ones. Alright, engine expert and race trim is the plan here. Dealtev is going to go soft and race because he might as well. We have 100% set up. We will start on the soft tyres. Fuel then. So the soft tyres on you will last 12 laps. We're going to put 14 laps of fuel into the car. Again, we're kind of second guessing the weather here as much as we can. The more fuel we have in, the better we can do. So Dealtev is going to put 11 laps of fuel in the car. And we're going to hope that the weather arrives somewhere around lap 11. Because we kind of need it to. We will go all-out attack at the start, but we're probably going to turn that off earlier than we normally do. Normally we do it for the first lap. We might have to turn it off halfway through the lap. So, Balcazar starting in 8th. Our two rivals for championship position, 4th in the championship, are directly ahead. And it looks like Balcazar has just got round one of them at the start. Yes. Unfortunately, they've had a reasonable start as well. So, now into... Oh, that is a brave overtake round what is not actually El Rouge. And Balcazar up into 5th. And now behind the two best teams. She was fastest through that first sector of anybody, which is amazing enough. Okay. Dealtev is up into 9th. Let's shut this down and go to... Let's go to mid... High mid at the moment, just to end this off. And let's speed up time a little bit here and see what happens. We're actually kind of pushing back a little bit here. So Dealtev up to 9th. Drops to 9th, actually, so just remaining in that position. Balcazar, fastest first lap of the race, which is amazing because he wasn't leading it. So I guess that's the overspeed over the line, and that's where it started. Safety car leaves the garage. Okay. Low, 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 low. I'm going to ignore that. I'm interested in what everybody else is going to do here. It doesn't look as if they're going to pit, though. No, it doesn't seem as if anyone's going to pit from this. There's not really a benefit at this stage because they just would not last long enough. But yeah, storming start from Balcazar. That's as high as we can expect to ever finish with the other two teams there, unless shenanigans of the weather really matter. And we're going to have to keep a close eye on this weather check thing here. The more fuel we can save now, the more chance we've got of the weather falling into our favour, though. It's also why I decided to turn off the overtake button quite early. So 5th, 10th. Which is actually, I think, their championship positions, though Balcazar might be 6th now. Is that rain on the horizon? I see in the black silhouette there. Not sure. Not sure. So one more lap of safety car speed. No, that's sunshine. That's worrying on Dealtev's side at the moment. Dealtev may have to actually last 8 laps here. We definitely have to push with Balcazar just to get these tyres warmed up, so Balcazar might not be getting much more benefit out of this. When is the rain going to come? We need to see that. We need to see the rain bar in the next lap or two. In the next sort of lap or two. Balcazar needs to see it possibly 2 bars after that, but I think the way this is going, we're going to have to try something. So, where's the trigger point? Come on, where's the trigger point? Okay, there we go. So let's go double overtake and double overtake, at least get the tyres up to temperature. Oh, and Balcazar mugged, but could get that back. Dealtev's done a phenomenal restart. Up into Balcazar. Dulatev, what the heck was that? Alright, Dulatev, we now need to go back to conserving with you, though. So, we'll go neutral push. Keep Balcazar doing the aggressive push, though. Because if you can stay with those faster cars, or possibly even pressure them, that's a benefit to us. There we go. Balcazar's into 4th. Okay, now, though, we need to go neutral and neutral here. Well, that was a great race ruined. Right. Neutral, neutral. Dulatev. Virtual safety car. Are they anybody else going to pit at this point? They're not. Balcazar, what happened? It did look as if the guy behind you has just crashed into you, though. So that's Wexler in the Ferrari. Just taking us out. Well, what can we possibly do from here, though? There we go. Alright, time's up, so let's go high. Dulacev's so good at restarts usually, but he was a bit mugged there. And now we're going to have to think about this a little bit. Dulatev, we know, is not as fast as Balcazar, and is not able to keep the tyres up to temperature. But it looks as if the rain isn't going to come as soon as I thought it was. So, here's my thinking. We go attacking with Dulatev here as much as we can, get as much advantage with his 6 laps of fuel as is possible to get, and go for an early pit stop. While trying to push the gap and trying to not necessarily catch the leaders, because I think that's a bit beyond Dulatev, but at least build up a gap to the soft runners. Looking at possibly Fischer here as our overall strategy target. So currently the gap's about 6 seconds. We need that to be probably a lot longer than that, but we also need to keep an eye on when this is going to happen. So I'm going to downgrade to high, or neutral high, and just see what we can do with this. If we can stay in 4th, that's going to be awesome for us, but we need the weather to get any better than that. Valdez has crashed. That's probably helped us, actually. There's been a lot of crashes this race. Okay. So gap now about 9 seconds. Weather still showing nothing. And positionally, not too bad. I think, though, we're at the point where we're going to have to start attacking. So, overtake then with Dulatev. And we're going to have to hope the weather's late. Because we do not want it to be in the middle of this strategy, but it's looking like we're going to have to do this. So, here we go. End of a lap. We go overtake, attack, go for a really blitz lap now. And we will pit with Dulatev at the end of this one. So, a new set of soft boots. $10 laps of fuel into the car. Go fast. See what we can do. So we got a 12 seconds. We're going to fall behind and probably into the clutches of Valdez and Blanc, but we should hope we're going a hell of a lot faster than on better tyres. Oh, is that bringing out a safety car? Please bring out a safety car right now. That's so much. Didn't give us any benefit. Okay. Low in. Low out. And we go for... Still can't see any of this. Alright. Medium high. So Dulatev in 10th position after the pit stop. And that's not too bad, actually. So we've stayed ahead of Blanc. Now we can push up and onwards. So 10 laps, we reckon. We'll stay on this for the moment. Be aggressive for lap 1, and then we'll just calmly work this one out. So, keep seeing indicators and then thinking, oh, what's happened? More crashes, but it's not us. So Clark Smith's actually out as well. Yeah, there's been a lot of crashing going on. Right, medium. 10 laps in there, and still no weather. I'm starting to think it lied to me. Good news is we should have much better tyre. We'll have better grip than Valdez here. We're closing up on him. We're on faster tyres. Hopefully, Dulatev, who can overtake. He's very good at overtaking, is our Dulatev. Master of braking, which gives him other chances. And there we go. So in the pit lane, he's got past another 2. We've moved on to medium tyres. Now, if we're expecting rain, that's why we want to be on the fastest tyre right now. We're expecting rain to interfere with longer strategies. We can't afford to be on a slow tyre. We also do want to get past Valdez. So I'm thinking here, I'm going to push the high button and see if we can use that to just get past him here. High push. %. Come on, Dulatev. Be the hero. We know. Okay, I see the weather. Change of plans. All-out attack. We need to get past the soft and medium runners now because this is where their window comes in. They've stayed out long enough. They won't have to make another pit stop. We, however, cannot afford to be stuck behind one of them right now. Come on, Dulatev. Do the thing. There we go. Okay, lunge. Okay, so we've got to last another 3 laps with this, really. So we'll go down to medium. Cook at the moment, but we may have to burn these tyres. So the only drivers ahead of us are Bergman, Becker, Fischer, who is still on those soft tyres, but everybody now has pitted, except for Fischer. And we are closing on him. And we're expecting the weather imminently. And because the weather is imminent, and I'm not too... 3 laps, maybe 4. Push aggressive. We think it's going to be 4 laps, maybe. Either way, the closer we can get to Fischer, the better. And he's going slowly. He's going to have the advantage on us if we go into the pit stop window here, because he's managed to make these last. If he pits, he's doomed himself. But currently, Dulatev then net 4th if we have a restart. Six seconds now is the gap. Fischer now directly in front of us. Yeah, you are churning through the tyres. Let's conserve here. We need to make sure we last until that weather front. We're doing okay, actually, though. We're in the right kind of window. People are now... Fischer's going to have to pit, and he's going to be on completely the wrong tyres unless he goes for inters now. And it's going to be a full wet race. Okay. Overtake. You can do 2 laps. Yeah, they've gone full wets here. That's too early. The question is now, is 2 laps on the inters going to be better than this? Because it's not on to interpace yet. But I don't think we can last. So I think what we're going to have to do here is wait 1 more lap. Go all out attack. Go on the inters, all out attack. And see what happens. It looks like if it goes lower, actually. No, that's going to be full wet. So we're on for the interstrat now. All out attack. We are going to pit at the end of this one. We're going to put intermediate tyres on. We're going to put in 4 laps of fuel. And then we're going to gamble like mad. We're going for glory here. This may not work, but Dulatev has got a huge advantage right now. And a genuine shot at this. If he goes massively quicker on those inters, this is his race. If he doesn't, it's going to go away from us. But either way, we have to do it now. So, low fuel into the pits. The gamble has started. We've rolled the dice. All out attack, Dulatev. 8th place. And we're going to have to stop again and hope that we can improve this. So what is the gap? It is into territory now. We are the fastest moving thing on this racetrack. And we have maybe 2 laps before we go onto full wet pace. And that we've done this before to great effect. Is this, though, enough? Okay, we weren't slowed up too much there. We're going to overtake a couple of cars here. Gap plummeting as Becker and Bergman try to stay out on those soft tyres. Into 5th. And we have to do this all again in a moment. We're up to 3rd as soft runners just cannot do anything here. Look at the times tumbling. But the inter window is closing. We are miles ahead, though, of the wet runners. Okay. Pit. Wets. 5 laps of fuel. Change the front wing. Which I wish we didn't have to do, but this is now all about this. We're still going faster than the wet runners right now. We've got to be, presumably. Valdez is on our target position, I guess. 30 seconds behind. But we are gaining miles of track right now. I don't think it'll last one more lap, though. I think that's the limit. Looking at the gaps, we're still pulling away from Bergman, who's in a much faster car. Pulling away from Valdez. In we come. I didn't even bother slowing down on the fuel rate here, but let's do that. And then we go push high out of this. Because, honestly... Push overtake. Yeah, there we go. Problem with refueling, but I think that might have just secured us a podium. I can probably afford to attack these wets now because we have the newest wet runners, so let's just see. I mean, it's unlikely we're going to catch Becker, but there's a chance we'll be caught from behind if we don't do this. So gap 6.1, 6.1, 6.1, 6.0. Yeah, so this is definitely what we need to be doing. Oh, Dulatev, the GP2 champion, is not a Rainmaster. That was Balcazar's job. It was for all these incidental kind of races that we hired Balcazar, because Balcazar can get huge benefits to this. Gap 5.6. 3 laps to go. The tyres will last. The fuel will once we downgrade it, but at that point the gap will start coming down a bit faster. He is pushing like mad behind us. He's pushing like mad behind us. But 5.1, I don't think he's catching us fast enough. I don't think he's going to catch us fast enough here. We might have to do 2 laps here, so I'm going to slow it down to high. There's the window. It's not much. 4.8, 4.8, 4.8. He's eased off. He's had to ease off, so that means this is our sort of opportunity window to get some gap in. But I would love for Dulatev to get a 3rd place here because he deserves this. It is so the rain is easing off, but it's not going to go to inters, and even if it did, it wouldn't give us a benefit now. So across the line, Dulatev then 1 lap to go. 4.6 second gap to stay on the podium. Has the excess fuel run out now? So 4.6. I don't think 4 seconds is catchable. Dulatev has the tyre grip advantage, maybe. Well, at the very least, he's pushing them like mad, so it seems like he does. 4 seconds, yeah. Dulatev, well raced, sir. You are on the podium. It is a good result. 15 championship points for the team. We've outscored our rival teams, with the exception of them, who I think were ahead of us anyway. Yeah, we beat the Red Bulls. But darn you, Wexler, you crashed into the back of Balcazar and ruined that. That would have been an awesome race from Balcazar as well, I'm sure of it. Maybe Balcazar could have made it into the top 2. I don't know. I don't know, but either way, we won't ever find out now. Oh, damn you, Wexler. I hope we get a penalty for that. Well, if you did, it wouldn't have said it, so yeah, maybe a racing incident. But either way, 15 championship points. I'm not going to sniff at that. That helps Dulatev's championship out. He puts him into 9th overall. Balcazar falls down to 7th from not scoring. The gap remains pretty much as it was. Bit of an extension, obviously, but pretty much as it was. But now they've got less races to catch us in. That was a great race from the Dulatev. I'm still not sure if we're replacing him or not. I don't want to. We may have to. So Dulatev gets his morale boost podium bonus. 62,000 comes into the bank there. Profit. Stuff things. Large bowl of porridge. And we will move on to Phoenix. Is this actually... Which track is this? No, it's not the oval Phoenix. But we'll see anyway. Next time, some more stuff and things. Until then.